Fiat Fullback Cross review. Not too long ago, pickup trucks were a bit of an odd choice in the UK. While our cousins across the pond couldn't get enough of them, we were much bigger fans of the drier and more secure cargo hold of the good old van. But these days, the pickup is becoming more and more popular, helped by exceedingly tempting tax rates for company car drivers and the kind of outdoorsy image these trucks give. That's where the Fiat Fullback Cross steps in, as a high-spec version of the regular fullback with a bit more visual clout. The additional attitude is generated by fancy 17-in wheels, an aggressive new front grille, a sports bar for the load bed and side steps all painted in a moody black. You also get black mirrors, door handles and wheel arch extensions, while a silver skid plate effect bumper adds a little contrast. To give a little substance, you also get a soft opening tailgate, a 7.0-in touchscreen infotainment system and a locking rear differential. The rest of the kit list is identical to the well-equipped Fullback LX. That means the only engine available is a 2.4-liter turbodiesel with 178 bhp, although you do get the choice of a 6-speed manual or 5-speed automatic gearbox. If you've driven a lesser fullback or the mechanically identical Mitsubishi L200, you'll know exactly what to expect here. That 4-pot diesel can certainly get the Fullback Cross down the road at a reasonable pace, even with the performance-sapping slush box fitted. It doesn't take too many revs to get a decent enough slug of power, and that's handy, because this is an old-school oil burner that gets very vocal as engine speeds increase. Still, most other trucks out there aren't exactly refined either, and this does quieten down nicely at a cruise. There's a fair bit of wind and road noise as well, but barn door aerodynamics and junky off-road tires will do that. The Fullback Cross's slightly agricultural feel continues with its ride. A live rear axle, leaf springs and not much weight over the tail mean progress can become pretty bouncy. You'll also feel the chassis flex beneath you over bigger bumps and there's plenty of fidget over tatty tarmac. Pitch the truck into a corner and you'll find steering that is slow and uncommunicative. Even so, it's still more precise than the Toyota Hilux and is easy enough to get used to. Once the Fullback Cross is turned in, there's a fair bit of body roll and a modest amount of grip. Get on the power too hard and you'll have the traction control clumsily stepping in, especially in the wet. You can turn it off, but then the unloaded rear end can try to overtake the nose if you're not careful. Of course, there's a reason for all this. While a road-biased SUV might struggle with a bit of proper off-roading, the Fullback Cross soaks it up with aplomb. Its live rear axle gives plenty of articulation, four-wheel drive with a low-range box is standard and there are locking center and rear diffs. And even in heavy rain, it can climb up muddy slopes easily without employing any of the locks or even venturing into low ratio. The Fullback Cross's abilities don't stop there, it can be a real workhorse, too. Both the auto and manual versions can tow up to 3,100 kilograms, as long as the trailer is braked, and the load bed can handle 1,050 kilograms. Handily, a sturdy bed liner comes as standard. The interior is much the same as the driving experience. If you're expecting it to feel like a regular SUV, you might be disappointed. There may be leather seats, dual-zone climate control and a few glossy trims, but the plastics are hard and it's sturdy rather than stylish.